to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up? What the fuck was that?
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Gotta keep you on your toes, Joe. Make sure you're awake.
Ugh, gross. All right, guys, we are back. I guess Micah is mentally here as well.
Hey.
All right, enough of that. So we do have plenty to talk about in lightning round and movie and TV news this week. Question of the week is back. What the fuck, of course, brought to you by JTD and trailers. All right, so let's jump right into it. I watched El Camino. This is the Breaking Bad movie that picks up following the life of Jesse Pinkman after the events of the end of Breaking Bad. I thought it was really good, actually. If you are a big Breaking Bad fan, it feels very connected to that. Like, it doesn't feel weird. Where, like, I've tried to watch Better Call Saul, and I haven't gotten super far into it. And I hear it really is quite good. But at least the beginning of Better Call Saul felt disjointed from what I was used to in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Better Call Saul has nothing to do with Breaking Bad for a long time.
Right. And that's kind of what I figured. Where this is, like, I mean, literally at the end of Breaking Bad, you know, Jesse escapes and he drives off. Like, it picks up with him talking to a character, like, sort of in like a future time. And they're having a conversation, and then it jumps back in time, and then it starts, like, right at that moment. Right, where he's driving in the car and what happens to him. The movie is basically about him trying to escape from this entire, meth dealing life. And they do a really cool job because they do a couple flashbacks, which I think are important, of going back and showing you what his life was like when he was held by the white supremacists, being forced to cook the meth in like the cages and stuff, which we never got to see in the show. And they show his connection to other people and why he's going after certain people once he gets out. But it's, for the most part, it's really kind of a character study on him trying to escape that life. And it's got some really cool cameos and actors from the original series and stuff like that. But it feels very much like this could have been season 6 or whatever it was of Breaking Bad. Mm-hmm. It's good. I mean, Aaron Paul is very good in it. Like, it's weird that he hasn't become a bigger star. Excuse me. Because he's so good in this role. But yeah, I dug it. So if you're a big Breaking Bad fan, I feel like you'd probably dig it.
I don't remember the end of Breaking Bad.
They have a recap on Netflix. They have a recap. So.
I just remember, like, there was a gun in the trunk of a car or something like that, and
so basically
Walt had a standoff or something like that.
So basically, the end of Breaking Bad is Walt agreed to give up, for his own safety, to give up Jesse to the white supremacists so they could force him to cook meth, right? But his plan was always to go get Jesse, like, to rescue him, right? He didn't, obviously Jesse didn't know that, but he was just like, yeah, fucking bring me Pinkman, you get to keep him. And so these white supremacists who were also meth dealers, they forced him to cook meth, and they had, like, chained him up in this, like, cage kind of situation, and he was just like their slave, basically. And then Walt comes to see them. I can't remember for what reason. And he had set up that machine gun in his trunk on a remote, so it could pop the trunk and just shoot everybody. And he killed everybody except for Fat Matt Damon. And Jesse killed him by choking him out and murdering him, which was, like, when you watch the movie, you understand why Jesse hates him so much because of, like, all the shit that guy specifically put him through, which was really fucked up. And so then Walt gets shot in the midst of the gunfire with the machine gun, and he ended up dying and letting Jesse go. And that's where it picks up, basically.
Okay.
So it's good. If you have never watched Breaking Bad, I wouldn't recommend watching this without seeing the series, because you would be kind of lost as to the importance of certain characters. But people weirdly do things like that. I don't know why. Like, my father-in-law sat and watched it with me. He was like, yeah, it was good. I don't know what was going on. I never watched the show. But it's good. And it's got that Vince Gilligan, like they're like those tight quarter moments of like real intensity from the show.
Does it have the Vince Gilligan pacing?
Yeah, it's done by him. Yeah,
I don't know if I like that pacing. How long is the movie?
It's 2 hours.
All right.
There are some parts, maybe about a good 15 minutes that kind of drag, I think, but otherwise it's pretty good. So,
all right.
Yeah, I check it out. And there's a weird, there's a very black cameo of an actress that I was not expecting. So I was like, oh, you're still acting. That's crazy. But yeah, check out El Camino. Let's jump right into lightning round. Make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/Amazon before you buy anything on Amazon. We definitely use it all the time and never forget. So we assume that you are doing the same. Thank you to those people who do that. And you could buy the box set of Breaking Bad if you don't have Netflix, which would be crazy. So make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/Netflix, or excuse me, /Amazon, for any of your Amazon purchases. All right.
Several sources tell us that Jada Pinkett Smith is in current negotiations to return for Warner Brothers / Village Roadshow's The Matrix 4. She played the role of Niobe in 2 and 3.
I forgot she was in these movies. I only remember her in the video game.
Yeah, I was about to say, she was also in the video game version.
Weird run that they would do. Which the only thing I remember from that video game, they ran really weird.
Apparently, that video game kind of fleshed out the story a little bit more instead of a 5-minute info dump on the that the architect gives. But does this make you want to see this movie? Are you excited to see Jada Pinkett Smith as Niobe once again?
Well, clearly, he didn't even remember her being in the movie. I just don't. I think last week I just don't care about the movie. To be honest with you,
we'll talk more about this movie later on in question of the week. But we're not done with Matrix 4 news. Apparently, Iron Fist, the one that everybody wanted to be Iron Fist, and then they immediately canceled the show. What's her name? Jessica Henwick?
Yes.
I don't know who that is.
Will join the Matrix franchise.
She was Colleen Wing.
Yes, Colleen Wing, the Asian woman in Iron Fist. Maybe you've seen a trailer that had an Asian woman in it.
Sure.
Yeah, you were like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, I did not.
It's probably for the best.
She is set to star and is rumored to be playing a Neo-like character.
Are we okay with a woman? Are we going to be okay, guys?
Forced diversity.
Otherwise, it should just spring up like a rose from the ground. Yeah, of course. I like Colleen Wing. She was, or Jessica Henwick. She was good. Yeah, that's fine. I hope she's not just kind of wasted in just being some character that's on screen for 5 minutes. I'd like to see her get her time.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it's casting news, right? Like, all of this is way too early.
I'd like to know what the plot is.
Yeah, and start getting your thoughts ready for question of the week, because we'll give we'll answer the question of the week, and then we'll have Terrence read off your responses, people. But we're not done with the casting news. Neil Patrick Harris is the latest addition to be added to the ensemble cast of the upcoming 4th Matrix movie. He joins Keanu Reeves, Carrie Ann Moss, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, the sequel, and the rumored Jada Pinkett and Henwick. Look, I like Neil Patrick Harris. I think he's a great actor. Not great. I think he's a good actor. Enough of an actor that I can buy him in most situations.
There's a lot of voice acting too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Like when he got his throat cut in Gone Girl.
Yeah, that was wild stuff, man. Good God.
I was not expecting that. I was like, all right, man, she's really rocking your world. Oh shit, son!
But I don't see him as Doogie Howser anymore.
No, I think he's past
He's
that.
well past that, right? Like
I always see him as Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother.
and
I see him more in that.
And I see him more as the guy from Harold and Kumar, Neil Patrick Harris from Harold and Kumar.
Oh, yeah, I've only seen one of those movies.
I've seen them all.
Isn't that the one guy from Patriot Act? I'm kidding.
No, that's the one guy who was in a Superman movie. Yeah, he was in a Superman movie.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Cal Penn was in a Superman movie.
The guy from Deadpool?
Cal Penn.
Yeah.
God damn it. Shut up.
I'm just being a dick. I know who he's in. Sorry is. Relax.
So there you go. Some hitters, not heavy hitters, but hitters coming to the sequel to The Matrix.
I mean, I guess that's more in line with how The Matrix is. I mean, yeah, Keanu Reeves is a big name, but is he, at the time, was he as big of a name as Jada Pinkett Smith is now? I'd argue probably not.
What, at the time? What do you mean?
Like,
well, Keanu Reeves is kind of like, he's a superstar, right? Like, I think Keanu Reeves is one of those names that everybody knows. You know what I mean?
Right.
And whereas, you know, the mainstream knew who Keanu Reeves was. I would argue the mainstream didn't and doesn't know who Carrie Ann Moss is.
right.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
So I would
Carrie Ann Moss feels like the equivalent is like Jessica Henwick, right? Or, I mean, Neil Patrick Harris is a bigger name than Jessica Henwick and is definitely a bigger name than Yahya Abdul-Mateen Part 2, right? So, like, I feel like Jada Pinkett Smith is the biggest name. She's the Keanu Reeves, right?
But he's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, he is. I'm just saying of the new cast.
This new crop of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they got, like, one big name and then a bunch of, like, medium to no name.
Right.
Do you think more
okay.
people know who Jada Pinkett Smith is, or do you think more people know who Neil Patrick Harris is?
I can see Neil Patrick Harris being the bigger name, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
I mean,
Got
look.
some hitters.
Yeah.
You know, people that'll get you some solid doubles, maybe a triple.
I'm very interested to see if they're going to go the route of maybe making Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, whether he's the star of that sort of new group, because he's a real up and comer too.
Yeah,
with him being Black Manta and then having sex with Captain America, like yeah, I mean, striking vipers with Falcon Cap. So yeah, it's yeah, that's an interesting name for the title for that episode.
Striking Vipers.
What was it called?
Yeah, that was the name.
Was it
the name of the game? Yeah, Striking Vipers.
Think about it.
Yeah, that's what the euphemism should be called.
Yeah,
fuck sword fighting.
Yeah,
docking. Yeah. Striking Vipers.
Yeah, that makes way more sense. Listen up, gay community, get it together. You got that's a way cooler name. So what'd you do on Friday? Oh, I was striking vipers. I'll tell you that. Seems weird. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm interested to see if they make him sort of the lead. They try to pull a Will Smith as Neo situation. They're like, yeah, it didn't work the first time. So we got his wife in here.
Yeah, you saw how quick he got his wife in there.
Yeah, he was like, I fucked up.
Get that money right. And you jumped in on the wrong ones.
Yeah, you did.
Right.
Yeah, she got in the ones with, wasn't Roy Jones Jr. in it?
He was. Oh, Jesus.
Yo, he showed up in the second
role.
Yeah,
he did. Which was wild because that was the second movie?
Hey, yo, Morpheus. I don't hate the second movie.
I don't hate it. The third one's bad.
I don't like at all.
Yeah, I don't like the third one,
bad.
but I kind of dig the second movie.
Yeah, the second one's not bad. I mean, look, here's the thing. The second one's got the motorcycle scene, which is solid. Like, that's a solid action sequence. It's got the rubbernecking multiple Agent Smith scene, which is not good.
That was awful.
Yeah, but like just the CGI.
And it has the lore. Like, that's where the lore of the Matrix comes in, right? Like, but everything else is like, all right, you just kind of shat the bed with the third one.
Yeah, you really did. So we'll see. They have 2 movies planned. We'll see what they do. I'm really excited about this news, Micah.
It looks like Carnage will have company in Sony's upcoming Venom sequel. Everything about this just makes me sad.
I thought that shit said Shrek. I was about to say, what?
I would be way more apt to see this movie if it had Shrek in it.
Shriek has been incorporated into the plot of the Venom sequel due out in October of 2020. According to two sources close to the project, a Sony spokesperson declined to comment because they got scooped, and that's what Sony does. They get scooped all the time. But yeah, Shriek, for the uninitiated, is Cletus Cassidy's girlfriend, essentially, and she is a 90s comic book character. So that means fucking big hair and asymmetrical outfits and a lot of attitude and ratitude and fuck you.
Tell us about this character, because I don't know anything.
She's the
you can't refuse.
She's the girlfriend of a psychopath, which means she's a psychopath. And
great.
I don't really know too much about Shriek because whenever there was a Venom story, I generally kind of stayed away from them just because I don't like them. And then once they brought in Carnage and She-Venom and all the Venom.
She-Venom was in she was in the first movie.
Yeah, I heard. I will never know. I will never see. Yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. It's Lady Venom.
Yeah, and at one point,
it's Venom with titties. So all the fucking Venom heads have something that they can jack off to.
Yeah, I found it really gross.
Yeah, because it's fucking Venom, like big ass teeth and shit, and no. I hate this character, man. Like, what is the appealing of Venom to you? I'm talking to you, listening.
Look, there she is. This is the fucking scene, right? Where she shows up and she
does she become She-Venom in the movie?
Yeah, she's right there. There she is.
Oh, nigga, I didn't know she was actually in She-Venom was actually in the movie.
Yes, it's his girlfriend, and then she puts on the symbiote.
Want to fuck?
Yeah, she's making out with him.
So essentially, that's the there's too much.
And then he kisses his girlfriend, and then the symbiote goes back onto him. Yeah, that's what happened. And everyone was like, "Yeah, that scene was really hot." I was like, "I didn't think so. I didn't think so. I didn't think so at all. I thought it was really gross."
Okay.
I thought everyone in that movie was slowly realizing that they were in a bad movie as the movie was going on.
They were probably like, "Oh, this is not the MCU at all."
So when the Spider-Man show, guys, is the third act.
Where's Tom? He's not on set. I don't see him. No, we got duped. Okay.
I guess I'll just eat this raw lobster in that one scene.
I think I'm at the point now that if Tom Holland is in, or if Venom is in the Tom Holland Sony Spider-Man movies that will eventually come out, I don't think I'm going to see it.
You're lying.
I don't think I'm going to see it.
You're lying.
I don't know, man.
You're lying.
I don't know, man.
I think that you of all people cannot stay away. You have a problem.
I do have a problem.
And you will absolutely this is a problem, and you will throw money at it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. This isn't like education. I don't know if I would throw money at this problem.
Brad had a good idea. That was smart.
Yeah, fuck Venom. And fuck you for watching it.
Agreed.
Next up, casting is reportedly underway for all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe characters showing up on Disney Plus. And according to a website that another website says is pretty good about revealing scoops.
And they are. So we'll take it with a grain of salt here.
Yeah, we'll take everything with a grain of salt. But apparently 2 characters could appear on the Ms. Marvel TV show. 2 members of the Inhuman royal family, Black Bolt and Maximus. Now, for Black Bolt, whose power is that his voice is so powerful that if he utters a whisper, it can level a building, so he doesn't talk, right? The rumor is that Guardians of the Galaxy star Vin Diesel would be cast as Black Bolt. Now look, this, for me, is the perfect use of Vin Diesel's talents. Shut up.
Just staying there.
Nobody understands you anyway with your mumble growling. Quarter mile at a time. Groot. Like nobody understands it, right? So this is the perfect use of your talents. You seem like a nice guy, but yeah, I would love for you to be Black Bolt.
Really?
And just sit there and not say anything.
I don't know that I love the idea of Vin Diesel being blind.
Why not? Why not? We could show off his acting range. We could show. He's not going to talk.
Is Black Bolt
his face? Does he emote at all?
He's not going to talk. Emote? He's not going to talk. Like he can.
Yeah. What does he do then?
He sits there and someone fucking talks for him. Like he's his the king, does, yeah. But his wife Medusa just fucking talks for him.
Is he gonna have? Does Black Bolt have a wife beater?
Yeah.
Is he gonna have a wife beater and a chain?
I want him to have a wife beater, a chain, no helmet, and a tuning fork coming out of his forehead.
I too want this. The idea of Vin Diesel as Black Bolt is so weird to me.
You can't see Vin Diesel wearing that.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
I can, but that's not my point. I just think it's really silly.
I mean, Black Bolt is silly.
Yeah, he's a very silly character. That being said, like, I guess. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I can totally see Vin Diesel being Black Bolt.
Now, the talk is that Aaron Taylor Johnson, who played Quicksilver, might also be back to play Maximus, his brother.
Yeah. And
which is interesting.
I like that casting a little better.
What's the last thing he was in? Aaron Taylor Johnson. Was it Age of Ultron?
It feels like it.
Yeah, it feels like it.
And anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I think having the Inhumans there makes sense. Miss Marvel obviously is an Inhuman, so it'd be cool. She also has a connection with Lockjaw. Yeah. Lockjaw hangs around her all the time, so that would be kind of neat. Apparently Miss Marvel starts taping in April, which I didn't realize it was taping that early. So that's very cool.
Yeah,
which
announced it. You got to get that stuff out there, man.
Right, but that means that we're going to get casting news for Miss Marvel, and I'm very interested to see what they do for her.
I mean, they got to have a Muslim actress, right? Or a Pakistani American actress, right?
I got to imagine you got to have a Muslim Pakistani actress. Like, you can't be like, oh, she's Indian. Nah, yo, not on like. I need you to do any level of history on like the conflict going on over there. You can't pick an Indian actress for this shit. She's got to be Pakistani, and I think it would be disrespectful for her to not be Muslim, honestly, because that's a big part of her character. Yeah. Now, granted. Sure, the guy who played Daredevil is probably not necessarily Catholic and stuff like that, but considering that this is the first Muslim superhero, I feel like you may not want to ride the line of possible backlash of an actress who's just doing the job and being like, "Well, you're a fake Muslim." I feel like it's not worth it.
Yeah,
I feel like you just find a young girl who's Muslim. Now, how old do you go? Do you go about Tom Holland's age?
Well, he plays young. Like, he's in his 20s, but playing 16, 17, right?
Right. Let me rephrase that. How young do you go as far as plays that age? Do you go 16 or so?
Yeah, she's got to be a teenager. She's got to be a teenager because teenagers are weird, and like it's a great role for some 20-year-old to play a teenager because teenagers are hyper emotional. They can really show off range. And I think there's a certain level of kids gravitate towards people that look and act like them. You know what I mean?
See, here's the thing. I need people to understand like ages of characters. People are like Priyanka Chopra.
Nigga, shut up. Like, I don't want to fuck Miss Marvel, yo.
Right. Also, again,
and that's what's gonna happen if you cast Priyanka Chopra. Jonas.
What?
Oh, that's right.
It's not right. Doesn't feel right to me. I don't care for it. I don't care for it at all. God damn it, I don't care for it at all. Look, he out here winning. That's all I'll say. She's easily one of the most gorgeous women in Hollywood. But the thing is, she's like in her 30s.
Right.
She's in her 30s. Also, spoiler alert, Priyanka Chopra is Indian. She's actually not Pakistani. So, like, again, this is why that's really important. Don't just pick a brown person, because if you pick an Indian actress, there is going to be massive backlash. Like, don't do that. Find someone who is Pakistani. Please, for the love of God, before we start World War III, please.
Please don't tell me that's Mindy Kaling that I'm seeing in that.
That's only because she's in talk to help write it.
Oh, okay. I was like, come on, yo. Like, yeah.
Again, not Pakistani.
Come on.
Also, not 16. Also, I think she's lightening her skin, which really bothers me. Yeah, so that's fine. I mean, I don't know who this actress is. Geraldine Vishnu, whatever, is actually a young-looking person. So good. So yeah, we'll see. Again, that name sounds Indian though they are the same people technically. But don't tell them that because people get mad, real mad.
Yeah, I'm separated by a border, so
it's the fucking British fault. Relax, we didn't do it. Yeah, so however they do it, I think will be cool. I am interested to see who they pick. I think it's gonna matter a lot. Like this actress, she's 24. Which I mean she could probably play young. Yeah, she could probably play young. So that's not bad. And she's done some like real shit. So I don't know if she's nope. She's Malaysian. Nope. Don't do that. No, she's Tamil. No, look. Physically, she looks the part. You cannot cannot pick someone who's not Pakistani.
You know that's what's going to happen because that's what we do in America.
Yeah, I don't think they can.
Yo, look, Kevin Feige, I'm gonna really need y'all to pay attention on this one. Like, I think Marvel of all people is gonna realize that this is you can't fuck this up.
Look, the only reason Shang-Chi is a Chinese man is because China. And I mean, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope you're right.
Yeah, I hope they don't fuck that up.
They've been pretty spot on for the most part.
Like, I don't know who this person is, but yeah, like, she's a Pakistani actress. Like, there you go. She's young. She's mad light though, so that's a problem. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. Like, it's gonna be hard as far as casting, but we'll see.
Speaking of casting,
I look forward to it, though.
Speaking of casting women of color, the Batman has cast its Catwoman. And it is the lightest black woman that you could ever get.
They rode the line on that one.
Yeah, they did, boy. Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz
is a perfect choice, actually.
I'm not mad at this at all.
I'm not mad at it. Zoe Kravitz is a great actress.
Great.
She's really good in Big Little Lies.
In the second season, does she do more?
Oh yeah, she does a lot more.
I liked her in Big Little Lies.
Did you see the first season?
Yeah, I did. I liked her.
She's got PTSD in the second.
Yeah, she fucking should.
And yeah,
yeet. Push that nigga right down a flight of stairs.
And she does do more. And she has this.
That's good.
She has this confrontation with her very black mother and her very white father towards the end of it.
Yeah,
and yeah, she's very good.
Is that show done, or is it got another season?
The way it ended, it should get another season.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a show I have to go back and watch.
That's a very good show. Meryl Streep is such a fucking bitch.
She's a great actress.
But at the same time, it's like, well, her son died.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But at the same time, like, but you were telling you your son's a piece of shit. But at the same time, like, she's a bitch.
Yeah,
she's very good at it.
Her son was a fucking asshole.
And Zoe Kravitz is here to play Catwoman. Look, I love it. I love the casting choice. I think it's perfect. If it feels, the white man fantasy of having sex with a black woman, but not too black, but besides me being a racist, she has the right look.
She does.
And she's got the acting chops for it. She
good. Finally, a Catwoman I think is attractive.
It was reported that she went and talked to some people.
She was not Catwoman.
She had a movie. She was not Catwoman. She wasn't Selena Kyle. She was Patience Phillips.
I don't care what her name was. She was a Catwoman. She was a psychopath.
Her best friend was Lois Griffin.
That's right.
Oh, they worked for a makeup company. And the makeup company,
it was fucking
the makeup company, right, Sharon Stone. The makeup company would make this makeup that would poison you and make your skin hard.
Yeah,
why would they do that? I've never seen that entire movie. I've only seen clips. I saw her play basketball, and that was done. That was enough. Holy shit! No. So, is this forced diversity? Because we've never had a black Catwoman before. This is a problem.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I think it's perfect diversity.
All right. Who was a better black Catwoman, Eartha Kitt or Holly Berry?
Eartha Kitt.
I was just checking.
What the fuck? Like you said, she wasn't Catwoman.
Not in my eyes, she wasn't. Just a trollop in a cheap outfit. Yeah, look. This is great. I love this. I'm glad they went with a woman of color. Is there any white people in Batman besides Batman?
Yeah, right. Isn't Commissioner Gordon supposed to be Jeffrey Wright?
Yeah.
Which means Barbara Gordon will more than likely be black?
Either black or mixed.
Or Puerto Rican. Jeffrey Wright can play.
Barbara Hernandez.
It's fine.
Zoe Kravitz made mention. Well, there was a story that was brought back up because of this casting news that Zoe Kravitz had done an audition for, what was the Batman movie that you didn't like with Christian Bale? The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
They were considering her then.
That she was auditioning for a role, she says, but she didn't get the role because she was too urban. Now,
wow,
right.
What the fuck?
Right.
Zoe Kravitz
was too urban.
Yo, she's too urban, nigga. We're too urban to have her make it out of here. Wow.
Yo, that's incredible.
And she tells the reporter, she was like, so what was I supposed to do? Just go up to Batman and be like, yo, what up, son? Like, it's funny, man. You just find that clip.
Fuck?
But yeah.
They're like, oh, we're going to give you these nails. She'd be like, nah, I got my own, girl. Like, what the fuck? Wow.
Too urban.
Zoe Kravitz is too urban.
Zoe Kravitz.
Christ. Flip something over.
Google. I'm about to show you urban right now.
This is Google Zoe Kravitz in The Dark Knight Rises. Yo, that shit is fucking funny. She doesn't name the role that, she said it was a small role, but yeah, it was fucking Catwoman. Because who else would it be, right?
Yeah, were there even any women in the rest of the movie?
Marianne Guitard or Coutier or whatever her name was.
Oh, she was
Bane's sidekick or whatever.
Yeah, she was
Talia al Ghul's daughter.
Talia al Ghul.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So Zoe Kravitz is definitely too urban to be Talia al Ghul.
Is she?
So
I mean, Marianne Cotillard what is she?
French, I think.
Oh well, never mind.
I always never mind.
Right, Al Ghul. Oui.
Yeah, that's
Je m'appelle Al Ghul.
Je m'appelle Al Ghul. Yeah, played by Liam Neeson. All right. Let me show you how to kill someone, especially blacks.
You probably wouldn't have been able to, couldn't wait to kill fucking Zoe Kravitz. Too urban, yo. I'd have been pissed if I were her. Like,
yo, my last name is Kravitz, my nigga. Okay, so here's a kind of a funny thing. Zoe Kravitz is the stepdaughter of fucking Aquaman.
Yeah.
Which is really kind of wild.
He went on Instagram or something and was like, hey, I'm proud of you. And then he gave her like some pet name or something like that, which is really weird to do on social media. Keep your pet names to yourself.
Yeah. So
and yeah, like, yeah, bro. We're gonna be DC characters together, bro.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I think the casting news for this so far has been pretty good.
Speaking of casting news for the Batman, Paul Dano has been signed to play the Riddler.
I'm down with this. This guy's a creep.
Yeah, he works.
Yeah, he was in There Will Be Blood.
Yeah, he was in a lot of stuff that you may not really realize. But
yeah, I don't care that guy's face. I feel like that's exactly the type of punchable face I need for a villain.
Smug ass, like I'm smarter than you face.
Yeah, I don't like that. How could they be smarter than you? Yeah, no, there's something about this guy that bothers the shit out of me. So that's about right. He looks like a great value Miles Teller, which is a weird thing to say.
Yeah, but he was first.
I know, that's how fucked up it is, right? Yeah, he was in Little Miss Sunshine.
He was in a ton of shit.
He was in 12 Years a Slave. As I recall, he was a prick.
Yeah,
if you're a white person in 12 Years a Slave,
besides Brad Pitt, you were an asshole.
Right. And that's only because he paid for the movie.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, not today. You won't get me." Fuck that. Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff, and from a very young age, actually. So I think this is pretty good, and I like that they're picking someone a little less known, right? They could have gone with a super mainstream actor for Riddler.
I think it works.
Yeah, he's got the look.
I think it works more so that he's not as well known.
I agree.
Yeah,
like as far as like the villains and shit like that, like because well-known actors, like you see the actor before you see the villain.
It's stunt casting. It's like The Butler when they cast fucking Hans Gruber as Ronald Reagan. Like what the fuck? Like nah, yo, that's Hans Gruber. What are you doing? Right? That's Snape, yo. What are you doing?
That movie has the worst stunt casting of all time. It's re-damn
Cyclops was Kennedy, yo. Like
that was bizarre.
Like, have you even seen a picture of Kennedy? Have you ever even seen?
I haven't seen a picture of Nixon. It ain't John Cusack. I tell you that shit. I just recently listened to that episode again. That shit is fucking hilarious. Like, we are so fucking funny. Like, you should go back and listen to it.
I have not listened to the Butler episode since we've done it.
Holy shit, it's fucking hysterical.
Well, that movie is really bad.
Yes, it is.
It's not good.
Last up for movie or lightning round. Netflix has optioned Jeff Smith's Bone for a planned animated series for kids. First reported by Deadline, the Netflix show follows over a decade of development of Bone by Warner Brothers as an animated feature film. I don't know what Bone is. I've seen this character before. I just don't know what it's from. I thought this was like some
I never
weird,
read the comic.
I thought this was like some weird like Casper the Friendly Ghost thing.
I know of the character. I've never read the comic.
There you go.
So
that's it for me.
Some people are pretty excited about this. I mean, it's sort of like an adventure comic, so that's fine. I don't think I care. So we'll see. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't care because I just don't know. At this point, I don't care. Next up, movie TV news. AMC Theaters is now entering the streaming wars. So AMC Theaters has decided, you know what? According to this article from Gizmodo, I couldn't have named it better myself. AMC, fuck it, let's do streaming too. Less than a month before multiplex film juggernaut Disney is set to launch its own streaming service, AMC Theaters launched a video service that will allow subscribers to watch about 2,000 movies for rent or purchase on demand. New York Times reports
it's not streaming.
What's that?
It's not fucking streaming.
Yeah, that's. I was going to get into that, right? Like, streaming is like I turn on Netflix and I just pick a movie.
I pick it, bam, I turn it on and it starts playing.
Yeah, there's
I'm not renting.
Right, their situation is New York Times says that Disney, Paramount, Universal, Sony, and Warner Brothers, the 5 largest studios, Sony being the worst, have an agreement with AMC to feature newly released and cataloged films. The AMC service will reportedly charge $10 to $20 to purchase movies and about $3 to $6 to rent movies. The new platform will lean on its theater subscription service, AMC Stubs A-List, which allows customers to view 3 movies a week for $20 a month. So if you have AMC Stubs A-List, then you get access to this. I think and these articles aren't written very well, and I think it's just because they don't know. I think they have like a back catalog of things that are free to watch, but then like newer things will be $10 to $20 to purchase or $3 to $6 to rent. But to that, I would say, and it's all after it leaves the theater. But to that, I would say, Amazon already has this.
Right, Amazon does the same fucking thing.
So I don't understand why I would get this.
And Amazon probably has more.
Oh, 100%. Like Amazon has a deal with A24. They get all of their movies like free to watch. on Amazon, like soon after they make it onto DVD or home release. So I don't think this is actually going to make that much of a dent. They're saying that AMC has 20 million stub subscribers, which is pretty crazy. So I guess they think that that's going to translate really fast into like this big juggernaut. But I don't see that it will.
I think because they have that installed base, they're doing this to test the waters to see if this is something that's viable.
And what, charge again, or what do you mean?
So they already have people who are. What was that number you said about the Stubbs or Stubbs A-list?
Stubbs A-list.
20 million?
20 million people who are Stubbs A-list?
That's a lot.
No. There are 20 million Stubbs.
Okay, that's different. I'm a Stubbs member. The Stubbs is free.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, they don't have the number for Stubbs A-list.
Okay, if they had that number for Stubbs A-list,
the 20 million, that would be a fucking game changer,
right? And then essentially this would come with that subscription.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. But if they're not giving out numbers for Stubbs A-list, then I don't see how this is going to affect anything. Like there are too many other options for streaming. Like you can't go anywhere without iTunes, movies everywhere, Amazon, Vudu if that's still around, Ultraviolet if that's still around. Like there's just
what movies would they be showing? Like movies that just recently left the theater?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. But you're still charging.
Oh, I'm sorry. AMC Stubbs A-list crosses 900,000.
900,000 yet. A-list?
Yeah, A-list as of August of 2019.
All right, maybe they're just trying to. I think this is just an experiment, just to see if they can make money off of streaming. And I don't think that this is necessarily going to impact their bottom line.
So I guess the idea here, the business idea here, is that if they offer enough new movies, then they'll get more people to subscribe to Stubbs A-list, because it's like, hey, you get to watch movies in theaters, right, but you also get this.
And once word of mouth spreads, then because that's how A-list got
as big as
it is. Like, hey, guess what? You can watch 3 movies for $20 a month.
Yeah, I would get this if I had time.
I would too.
Yeah.
I can bang out 3 movies in a week. We used to do that shit all the time.
Shit, yeah. Back pre-kid. Shit, I get to see 3 movies a year, feels like. So yeah, this is. I don't know. It seems wildly hypocritical to me that the theater industry that screams about streaming is now going to try to take part in that. And also, I think it's also going to. I think they're missing one huge thing about streaming, which is the streaming companies that do the best. Like Disney is definitely going to do well. Netflix obviously does well. Hulu does well. The reason why they do well, for the large part, is because they have original content. It's actually not because they're just putting out Hobbs and Shaw. Right. You can get Hobbs and Shaw 1,000 different places, but you can only get, House of Cards or,
AMC is not going to have original content. That's why like Vudu and all that other shit isn't as big as Netflix.
Yeah.
Or Amazon Prime or Hulu.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hulu gets fucking television.
Right. When you get original content, that's what draws people ultimately to your service. Otherwise, like, why am I using AMC Stubbs other than to go to the movies 3 times a week, which is fine, but I could already do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
It's like I'm not getting an extra incentive for you giving a streaming service.
Yeah, I might be able to get 1 or 2 movies that I can't get on the other ones, but probably not likely. If you have Amazon, I don't see why you would do this, and I do, so I don't see why I would do this.
Maybe this is for AMC's chief content officer Elizabeth Frank provided an example to the Times, showing how the company plans to use the Stubbs service. She says that the roughly 6 million Stubbs users who bought a ticket to The Lion King will get a personalized message from AMC saying that they can now enjoy it at home through AMC Theaters on Demand when the film releases digitally.
Like, nigga, I already watched
when it releases
everywhere else.
On every platform.
I can fucking go to my PlayStation and rent the shit for the same price.
Yeah. I mean, I get emails from AMC all the time because I'm a Free Stubs member about what movies are coming out and what movies get released. And if I want to see something, then I'll run to, the service that I use to go see it. Like, it's not...
Just stupid.
So like you said, unless the movie comes out first, and movies generally come out within 3 to 4 months after leaving theaters.
Yeah.
So it's not like back in the day with VHS, you had to wait 1.5 years for the movie to own it.
Yeah, young people, you don't know nothing.
Y'all don't know nothing.
You forget a movie existed.
Right.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh shit, Spider-Man's already out.
Right. I ain't got to worry about it. Oh, we wanted to see The Lion King. Guess what? It's available. It's available now.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
It's it.
Hobbs and Shaw is available now.
I was watching that the other day.
Right.
That's how
that shit came out 2-3 months ago.
Nigga, that's how I saw it. I'm glad. I'd have been pissed if I had paid to see that.
Like, rewatching it, I realized how really fucking stupid that movie is.
It's really dumb.
I can't bring myself to watch it.
It's not.
God damn.
I can't bring myself to watch it.
No, you should. You should. It's dumb as shit. Like, just, you could either watch it or just, do you have,
Like, is it like Skyscraper dumb?
No, Skyscraper I enjoyed more.
Yeah, come on, yeah. All right, that's that. I'm not watching it.
I did. I got a little emotional when he was like trying to save his family and shit.
Right, hopping along and shit.
Yeah, oh, look at him. One-legged Die Hard. Look at this guy go. No, Hobbs and Shaw was just, it was too arrogant. It was too arrogant.
I'm not watching that.
It really was.
I was like, all right.
I said Skyscraper is better than Hobbs and Shaw.
I would argue I would watch Skyscraper.
I'm going to go that far. Because Skyscraper is really fucking stupid.
It's pretty dumb.
But I mean, can you laugh? Like, I like that movie ironically.
Okay.
Like, I laugh at that movie.
Yes.
Like,
okay.
Part of me thinks that movie gets in on the joke, whereas I think Hobbs and Shaw is taking itself a little too seriously.
I think the two lead actors are, well, one of the lead actors is taking himself way too serious. Way too serious. The Rock does not feel like a guy you could truly joke back and forth with, and he'd be like, you got me. He'd be like, he's always got to come back with one. Yeah. He can't just eat a joke. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how it feels. What's his name? It doesn't seem like he's having a good time, but he doesn't seem that same way.
Yeah.
I think that an episode of No Time to Bleed on Skyscraper, which we did, would be a far better episode than Hobbs and Shaw.
Wow.
I think so. Now, that could be because Skyscraper is more ridiculous, but at the same time, you know what? Skyscraper really worked because it was fucking dumb as hell.
Skyscraper was it was just...
They gave zero fucks. They just gave zero fucks.
It took place in China.
To his fucking fake leg and shit.
Oh, I'm just gonna fucking
scale the walls and shit.
Yeah, that's not how shit works.
not for the dude who's like 265. What the fuck? Clink off, dead. Movie over. No, it's fine. I've got duct tape.
This one-legged man jumped from a crane 1.5 miles to a building, yo. Like it's
and then just rip his arms clean off the second they touch the building. No.
Oh shit.
Fine. Yeah. So yeah, AMC. I don't think they understand why streaming works the way.
Yeah, I was about to say, how old are these people that run AMC? Because they don't know shit.
Yeah, they don't.
Like, it's not streaming, first of all, and it's just like video on demand.
Yeah,
for movies that are on video on demand. If you have fucking Comcast, like, why the fuck would I do that?
No, but you actually make a very good point. Is there needs to be a distinction between streaming services and video on demand services, and like this is a video on demand.
This is video on demand.
Yeah, this is just Redbox that I don't have to go to the place. Right. That's all it is. By the way, how did Redbox not get involved in that? I don't understand. Like, they had an app, but it was like, you can just choose it and then you have to go pick it up.
Right. This is where this movie is available. And sometimes you go to the Redbox and someone put a piece of paper in that bitch because they stole the DVD.
That's funny.
Like, God damn. How they going to check? Like, how can they prove it was you?
I don't know.
They can't.
I thought it was like a way
do they
thing.
have like a snitching system? Like
I've never rented anything from
Like, I went
Redbox.
one time. And I rented 2 things. One of them had a piece of paper in it. I was like, well, that's unfortunate. I just had to eat that. And I was like, well, this is never doing that again.
You can rent games from there, right?
Yeah, you can. Oh, none of those games are coming back.
Yeah, those games ain't coming back, yo.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Like, hey guys, I got Spider-Man. Well, you the first and only person to ever have that game. Good job.
Like, I don't know how you catch somebody. Like, if there's a game you really want, you just go to the shit one time and just yoink.
Well, they have your credit card number, in fairness. But I guess if you put something
how do you
back,
return it?
Like, you got to put it back in the box. Or I don't know if you put it back at the same one.
But
oh no,
Like, I don't know how that works.
You got to put it back in the same one. You can't just. It's not like U-Haul. You can't just return it to anyone.
I can take the bitch.
I got a bunch of old CDs.
Right.
Oh, they getting all of these.
Right.
Oh, look. House Season 3, Episode 5, Disc 1. There you go. That's a Spider-Man video game, you suckers. The fuck?
Oh,
that's
shit.
crazy.
Oh shit.
Maybe I'll try it.
Spider-Man based off the honor system. Ain't nobody got no goddamn honor in this country.
Not where they put them things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Shit.
Oh, it all worked out.
You can't have a red box in front of
across the street from
Right.
Brick Village.
Right, yeah. Can't have that bitch in front of a Royal Farms.
Golden Dragon.
Right.
Yeah, no. You ain't never getting your movies back. That's the ones they sell outside the barbershop. They're like, yo, where's the case? Don't worry about it. The one's got a red box that, yo, just watch the movie, dog. Like, don't worry
Yo,
about
I
it.
went to Greek Village the other day, and the same nigga is still selling stuff out of the trunk of his car. Now, I used to work at GameStop back in like 2003.
Oh shit.
He is still there.
God damn.
Still talking shit.
Is he selling games or is he selling movies?
He's selling all kind of shit out of his truck. Like, he had like cleaning supplies.
I was going to say definitely tied, right? I've 100% bought socks and laundry detergent at a barbershop. 100%.
I'm like, yo, you are still out here, my nigga. Like, god damn, yo, you've been out here for like 20 years.
And then they could drive off in a Corvette. Like,
No, it was like a Kia something.
hey.
You got a car. Holy shit.
Yeah, he can't afford insurance. Good for him and gas. Like, what do you do all day? I steal shit and I sell that same shit.
1 o'clock in the morning.
God,
They
damn.
open till 4 or 3 or something. Like
What
that.
are you doing?
What? I was hungry, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
God damn.
Need some
I had-
chicken wings.
Yeah, I got a sub.
Of course. Oh, Terrence, you're such a nigga.
You really are.
You really are.
Like at 1 o'clock in the morning. Let's go to Greek Village.
Get a sub.
Get a sub.
Like, I was hungry, goddammit. And they have very cheap, good food. Probably not good for you in any way.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
But it's,
It's delicious.
Cheap, delicious food.
Yeah, don't say good.
yeah, delicious. You're
Good is relative. Spider-Man and Venom are building to a crossover film, says Ruben Fleischer. When Marvel and Sony announced that they had found a way to come together so Sony could bend the knee, Kevin Feige made a statement in a press release and included an interesting note. Spider-Man, he wrote, quote, also happens to be the only the only hero with superpower to cross cinematic universes. So as Sony continues to develop their own Spideyverse, you never know what surprises the future might hold. So yeah, they're basically saying, look, this is happening. You will unfortunately see Spider-Man next to Venom. Obviously, Ruben Fleischer is not directing Venom 2. What's the name is? What's the mocap guy?
Yeah. Fucking
Andy
Claw.
Serkis. Andy Serkis. Which will be interesting. I mean, he directed Jungle Book.
Mowgli.
Mowgli.
Oh, Mowgli, excuse me. And apparently that was pretty good.
It was all right.
Yeah.
I saw it.
How was the direction? Did you think it was okay?
It was fine. The of course the CG was
Stellar.
him, so it was pretty good. And it was Netflix. So.
Yeah. So look, I'm not going to say I have high hopes for this. I don't have any hopes for this. I have low. I have bargain basement hopes for this. Venom 2, that is. As far as a crossover between Spider-Man and Venom, that should have been the first Venom movie. But, whatever.
Because Spider-Man's kind of important to the Venom story, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't read comic books, but I feel like I played Maximum Carnage.
He needs to be there. Yeah, he needs to be there. Okay. Micah, how excited are you on a scale of... No. You didn't let me finish my statement. Micah, how excited are you for your favorite character to cross over with Spider-Man? Will Shriek be there?
Who cares, yo?
What about Jackpot?
Who cares? I don't know.
Silver Sable?
I don't know. I'm waiting for them to announce all the fucking symbiote like kids that they had that spun off of Carnage.
Rage.
Yeah. Toxic. Because 90s. Scream. Like, all right, God. All right.
What are the other ones?
I can't remember.
I feel like you're lying. I bet you can.
No, I really can't. My brain is trying to protect me.
There's Carnage, there's Null, Hybrid, Korba, Lasher, Riot.
They don't sound right. Riot was one of them.
He was the villain in the first one. Agony. Bizarnage.
What are you saying?
Bizarnage.
Are you serious right
now? Yeah, Bizarnage is an amalgam of Bizarro and Carnage. Carnage, obviously.
The amalgam universe?
I guess. Grendel symbiote.
Yo, comics are fucking dumb.
Comics are stupid.
Bizarnage.
Yeah, they're stupid. Hybrid. Null is the god of the symbiotes.
I don't care.
Like, did these symbiotes name themselves?
They did in the Venom movie.
Yeah, he just was like, I'm Venom. Like,
my name is Venom.
He was like,
it's like letting a little kid pick their name.
All of those names.
Right.
Why would they pick...
That's retarded.
What? But why would they have picked English words? They're aliens.
Toxin, anti-venom.
There's Marcus.
What?
Even your phone was like, hold on, stop.
Yeah, Marcus. Yeah, he's just like,
what's his fucking?
It's just this is a black dude.
Like, my name's Carnage. What's your name?
I remember Scream, Lasher. I remember Scream, Lasher, Phage, Agony, and Riot. Those are the ones I remember.
Scream, Agony, Phage, Riot. What's your name? Marcus. Come on, yo.
The Centaur Werewolf Symbiote Warrior. Marcus is the strongest monster under Dracula's command. He was born a centaur, bitten by a werewolf, and bound to an alien symbiote.
Oh my God.
And he was hired by Dracula to be a member of the Frightful Four. He was hired by Dracula.
Dracula uses ZipRecruiter. It's like, I'm looking for this guy.
Marcus. All right.
Did you say your name was Jamarcus? No, just Marcus. Oh, okay.
The symbiotes are stupid.
Mayhem. It's a possible clone of May Parker, who became a symbiote. Payback was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. named Agent Mavis Trent. Phage, you said that one, right?
Yeah.
There's one in the Spider-Ham universe. His name is Pork Grind. That's funny. I guess he's the Venom.
Venom of that universe.
That's called the larval universe. Venom is an alien pig named Pork Grind. Scorn.
All right, yo.
Sleeper. Do you know Sleeper?
No. I told you the 6 that I know. Or the 5 or 6 that I know. And one of them was in that Venom movie. I'm not surprised if they didn't drop hints of like some of the other ones being in there. Just because
Venomosaurus Rex?
No.
It's a Savage Land T-Rex bound with a Venom symbiote.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, it sounds like you're just making shit up. I mean,
ZZZXX is a unique brain-eating member of the symbiote species. Right. This was discovered several years ago by the Shi'ai Emperor Dekin.
All right.
No, these are real, guys. This is all going to be in Venom 2. Toxin and his friends. Next up, Sony is going to fucking totally nail this whole thing. They are going to do great. I can't wait to see Venom 2, what it does. James Gunn talks about his work on Suicide Squad. They basically came to James Gunn and they were WB was like, tell us what you want to do. we need your help. Save us, James. And he was like, look, I just mostly wanted to do Suicide Squad. He says Guardians of the Galaxy was scary because he didn't know if people would get the vibe. Guardians Volume 2 was the hardest because of his mental state. And he said the Suicide Squad is the most complex and biggest, but also the most fun so far. But overall, his favorite movie to do was of comic book movies was Volume 2. But yeah, there's been images leaked of all of the character or some of the characters, and they all look ridiculous, but I think that's kind of the point. But yeah, he's super excited about it. So good. I'm excited to see what he does with this, because this is definitely right in his wheelhouse. And I'm pretty sure this is rated R, which I feel like is good for him. So we shall see. I do like that he's got Nathan Fillion.
Oh, I forgot Nathan Fillion was in it.
Yep. And John Cena.
I forgot that John Cena was in it.
And Taika Waititi.
I remembered he was in it.
Yeah. So it should be pretty good. And that one German guy, what's his name? Flula Borg. That guy's pretty funny. I'm sure he's going to be someone who gets straight up murdered. And Pete Davidson is in this movie. He's definitely getting murdered.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah, that guy who looks like a crack addict.
He probably was.
Was he?
I think so.
I don't know if he was a crack addict. I think he has some kind of some.
He's got some like depression issues and stuff.
Yeah, he's a meth head. I don't know. He looks frail and sickly.
Yeah.
Get better, Pete.
I hear that's going around.
You're very funny.
I guess. Next up, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige adds Marvel Chief Creative Officer title. He'll oversee all creative and story initiatives. So this plays into a story that we had done a couple weeks ago, which was basically they are separating Marvel Television. They're giving Marvel Television basically the animated area, and then giving all the live action stuff for the most part under Kevin Feige. So this was bound to happen, and good. This guy has done nothing but brought them massive amounts of money.
Yeah.
And
billions of dollars.
Yeah. And it looks like Disney's got another $1 or $2 billion. They've got at least another $1 billion movie with Star Wars coming this year. And it looks like Maleficent 2 is now tracking to hit $1 billion as well. Oh, and Frozen 2.
Frozen 2, all right. Did Maleficent did that well that it deserved a sequel?
It made like $850 million. Yeah.
Here? Or
just worldwide.
With China's help?
Yeah, I think with China's help. But I think that the Chinese box office is putting the sequel in the $1 billion range too.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, they about to make all the money. So, last but certainly not least, Ed Norton actually says something reasonable. This is the best thing he's done since Fight Club. So he was like, look, you guys are fucking full of shit. It's not Netflix that's destroying movies. Netflix, please call me. It's actually the theaters themselves that are fucking things over. And he's got a new movie coming out, and he was talking about how basically the theaters don't play the movies at the proper lighting and things like that.
That is super obvious, because every time I go to a fucking theater, like the screen is mad dim. I'm like, I thought it used to be because like when they play 3D movies, the screen is usually
they're always darker, yeah.
Right? But like no, just regular ass movies. I'm like, why is the screen so dark? And it's annoying.
Well, he says that
so they're doing it on purpose.
I don't. I guess my question to I don't doubt that. I think he's probably right. But my question is, why do they do that? Is it to save power? Is it to just that they put it at or is it to like just laziness? Like we put it at a certain lumens and we just leave it because maybe certain movies require they have different requirements. I know that, and they're just like, nah, fuck that. Who cares?
I don't get it, but I do notice it when I read that. I'm like, yeah, that's a thing that I notice all the time.
Yeah, he says, quote, 60% of American theaters are running their projectors at almost half the luminosity that they're required by contract to run it at. They're delivering crappy sound in a dim picture, and no one is calling them out on it.
And the sound is always distorted and shit.
Yeah,
like it's almost super too loud.
So, I mean, I think, by the way, his movie that's coming out is Motherless Brooklyn, which the trailer actually looked quite good.
Yeah.
The problem with Ed Norton is that he's notoriously just kind of a prick.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
But the dude is a great actor, which sucks that he's such an asshole, because that's really kind of stymied his career, which should otherwise be incredible. But I agree with him on the lighting and the sort of technical aspects, but I think the thing that nobody is talking about is concession prices are too expensive, and ticket prices are too expensive.
Yeah, we got to pay $4 for a bottle of water. That's a little obnoxious.
That is what's killing. That's what's killing the theater going experience. If I'm a family of 4, I'm not really trying to spend $100. By the way, that's $100 without getting anything to eat.
Well, it depends on what theater you go to, as far as the tickets go.
But let's say, okay, like on the coast for a primetime movie, it's about $20 for like a 3D movie, right? Like,
yeah, for adults.
Okay, so what's a kid? I mean, I haven't taken a kid to a movie. She ain't going to no movie no time soon. Because kids don't pay attention. You going when you're 13.
Kids are under $10.
Is it under 10 now?
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like
I think.
Right? I don't know.
I'll check prices.
Yeah.
I know, like, if you're going to the Better Than You, which if I'm going to a theater with a bunch of kids, I'm not sitting in that.
Oh, hell no.
Nah, fuck that.
We unfortunately are sitting with a rabble.
But like those tickets, if you're sitting at the bottom, $12 a ticket for an adult? And like 8 for a kid?
Maleficent. Now, this is the ArcLight in Bethesda. And Bethesda, for those of you that don't know, is like a uppity area in Silver Spring, Maryland.
This is where Micah hangs out.
Yes, because I'm uppity. Adult $16, senior citizen $13.50, child $12.50.
And that's not a matinee price.
Not matinee prices.
Okay. So let's say, would you say 16 for an adult?
Yeah.
And 12 for kids, right? So 24, right? So 30. So
32, 24.
So
if you have 2 children.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Right. So let's say you're just about
3D Maleficent, $19 for an adult.
Jesus. Oh, for 3D.
Yeah, 3D Maleficent.
I don't like 3D movies.
Right. I don't, but a lot of people do. So let's say you're coming in about 60 something.
That was a matinee price. God damn.
Yeah,
matinee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 3D prices are $25
than regular.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No, not for this.
Okay.
Normally it is. Matinee is definitely cheaper than going to see it primetime. That's
for 3D.
I would think. But either way, let's say you're coming in a family of 4. You're coming in at basically $60.
Yeah.
$60 worth of tickets.
You're going to pay more for the food than the tickets itself.
Yeah. Your kids, I want a soda. All right, you little fucker, little crumb snatcher. So, by the time you get food and everything, that's another $30. Easily another $30. So you're now at $90. How many movies can you really afford to see a month at $90 every time you go out? And by the way, that's $90. And that's like a shitty hot dog. That's not like quality high-end food, right? Yeah. So, or you take your kids to eat beforehand, you're still paying a ton of money, right? Like, so at the end of it, you're still paying close to $100 for an evening out to the movies, which means to me, maybe you go see a movie once a month. Well, am I going to go see, no offense, Ed Norton, but am I going to take my family of 4 to see Motherless Brooklyn?
No.
Or am I going to take my kid to see fucking Avengers Endgame that's a loud, giant spectacle? Like, that's the conversation that nobody wants to talk about. Like, look, I can't wait to see The Irishman, but if I have a family of 4 and we're all planning to see The Irishman, I'm definitely waiting till Netflix to watch that versus going to see that in the theater. It's just a bunch of talking.
I'm not taking my kids to see The Irishman.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They'd be bored out of their mind. The movie's like 14 days long.
How long is it? Like 2 hours and something? Or 3 hours?
It's like 3.5 to 3. I think it's either 3:30 or 3:50.
That's longer than the fucking Hateful Eight with the goddamn intermission.
I don't give a fuck where I'm seeing the movie. I ain't sitting there watching. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of watching 3-hour movies.
Yeah, no. I will watch a 3-hour movie if I can break it up. I don't hate doing that. I don't have time. Right. I don't have the time. But my
whatever the fuck you got to say can be said in 2:30. That's it.
Yeah, you don't really need to go to 3 hours.
You don't.
Yeah.
you're fucking at that point. You're just fucking jacking off.
Well, no. Here's my thing. I agree with you, but if you get over 3 hours, you get 3 hours or over, just make a miniseries.
Yeah, man.
Just break it up. Give me 45-minute chunks. Give me 6 episodes.
And
or whatever.
look, we all loved Endgame also, but yo, that shit didn't really need to be 3 hours.
There was some filler in there.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it, but come on, man.
Yeah, you could have knocked it out in 2.5.
God damn.
Yeah, we could have. You didn't really need this. Throw Black Widow off. Yeah. That's it.
Right. I don't need to see them competing about who gets to die.
Yeah. Just jump. Just jump, Scarlett. Just jump. We'll see you in the next movie. It's fine. We got it. So it's. But I do think that that's a conversation that has not happened yet, which is the concession prices are absolutely destroying people. And the ticket prices are destroying people.
And the poor, like you said, the poor viewing experience.
Yeah.
Like the screens are shitty. The projectors aren't maintained properly.
The people you're sitting next to are annoying.
I mean, look, the theater can't deal with the rabble that enter it, but
that's a part of it.
It is.
Look,
that's why they're trying to make the theater experience more like the home experience with fucking lounge recliners and food being brought to you and shit.
Yeah.
Like, because
they're like, you bring a dog. Dog can hang out if you want to.
Right.
Do anything. It's fine.
All that money that
Go
they're
scratch
using
your balls
for,
just like you do at home. It's fine.
All that money that they're using for pillows and reclining seats and fucking the Days of Thunder ride chairs and shit.
The D-box.
Yeah, like you don't need to do all that. Like you just need to have a seat.
I love the Days of Thunder ride. It was awesome.
I don't need that shit for a movie every week.
No, I'm just saying specifically. I
did enjoy it. It was the only part of NASCAR that I knew was like, oh wow, this is cool.
Yeah,
and then I grew up and were like, oh, these are racists.
Man on the Move is Cole Trickle. It's a good movie. That's as close as I get to the South as need be.
Nigga, you have no idea. We go to my in-laws' house. They live in Port Orange, which is next to Daytona.
Oh my god!
Nigga, you can hear the races from their house.
Wow. I thought you were going to say you can hear the racism from their house.
Like you.
Hey!
I mean, you can hear the...
I'm not going outside. I like to think both things are true.
Yeah, well, you can hear the cars, and who do you think are driving them?
Yeah, well, that's true. The fact that they had a movie about NASCAR starring Tom Cruise is one of the funniest things to me.
Right.
Like the least Southern dude of all time. Like Tom Cruise? Okay. The golden boy from California? Yeah, so it's... I think the movie industry is eating its own tail, right? And I think they are constantly trying to figure out, why are people going to the movie theaters? Jack those prices up. I'm like, yeah, that's why it's so expensive. Like, here's an idea. Stop all the streaming services. Let one or two exist. Those are the ones that are going to profit and do really well from that. Get your coin from them, depending on what you allow Netflix to have or whoever, Hulu and stuff like that. Get your coin from them. Lower the price of tickets. Lower the price of concession. Then more people will come to the theater.
Well, tickets.
That's it.
Tickets might be hard, but concessions you most definitely can lower.
Yo, they make like an 800% profit on popcorn. It's nuts.
Right, and the popcorn is shitty, man. It's not good. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older or what, but like I remember as a kid, movie theater popcorn used to be the shit. Right now, it's like
I think it's just you're getting older. It was. I worked in a movie theater. It's always been garbage. Okay. It's always been trash.
It's a regular ass popcorn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where the fuck did they get it from? Why is it like special? Like you could get movie theater popcorn,
right?
At fucking Wawa.
That's the trick. You
bunch of burnt ass kernels and shit.
You know what the secret to movie theater popcorn is? Here, I'll let people in on a little bit of a secret. Butter. No, is it butter? It's butter flavoring. No, the secret is the container, like, that you can see them scoop it out of. The secret is they clean that with Windex.
I'm sorry.
The inside of it?
Yeah. Movie theaters, back when I worked in the movie theater, The only cleaner we used was Windex. That's the only thing for everything.
Yeah, the Windex is not a cleaner.
Right. It's not a
streak-free windows.
Even on things that were not Windows, we would use Windex. That's the secret.
Is that why?
That's the taste that you know. It's a Windex. That's what makes movie popcorn good.
Is that because you were working at the Dollar Theater?
Excuse me. Watch your mouth. It's $1.50. And we showed Twister for an entire summer.
I've seen Twister.
I like that movie. It's good. I never saw a movie. That's the only summer I never saw a single movie in theaters. Is the year I worked in a movie theater. I was like, I never want to be here.
I don't even want to go see it
to another movie
theater. Fuck this.
No. And I get really offended when people throw popcorn on the floor, even to this day. It's rude. There are young teenage nerds who have to pick that up. Clean up after yourself. So Ed Norton gets it close. I think he's right, but I think there still needs to be a conversation about whether or not the prices are just too high. All right, Terrence.
Question of the week. I had it up, didn't I? Where the hell did it go? Hold on one second. Let me pull this up. Here we go. Thank you. Word. There we go. All right, another question of the week. The Matrix 4 is happening with Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss returning. No word on the other from the original cast yet, and casting has begun. Where do you want to see this story go?
You guys don't care, right? Like, what ideas do you have?
I just remember him being Jesus, and I'm like, whatever, I don't care anymore.
For me, I'd like to see since Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss are back, I'd like to see a situation where they somehow, like, because the whole idea was that once Neo got plugged into the Matrix, like, that was supposed to make some big difference, right?
So
what was the difference it made?
So there were 6 iterations of the Matrix.
Right.
5 of them failed. And the 6th one, they kept iterating on the process, right? And the process was basically, there's always going to be an anomaly, the one. And that one, so they figured out a way to control the one to keep harmony in the system, right?
Right.
And the way to control the one is to put the one in an unwinnable situation where you have to like sacrifice everyone except for like 6 people to save all of humanity. The problem with this Matrix is that this one, Neo, actually fell in love with Trinity, and now he has a choice. You see, the other 5 iterations didn't have that choice. They were like, oh, well, I got to do this to save humanity. Otherwise, I don't want that on my conscience. I don't know why you would have a problem with it, because you'd be dead anyway. I don't want that on my conscience, so I'm going to do what the machines tell me to do.
Right.
Neo actually has a choice. He can do what the machines tell him to do, or he can save Trinity. And they weren't really expecting him to fall in love with Trinity.
Right.
So and then they had to figure out a different way to kind of save the day. So that's basically the background of it. I want to see what those other Matrixes were. And this isn't my idea. This is an idea that I got from someone else. But I feel like it might be interesting, right? Because the first Matrix was perfect.
Perfect society.
Right. And the architect was like, yeah, nobody bought it because humanity, it has a history of being assholes to one another that they just did not buy living in perfect harmony.
Yeah. And so they rejected it.
Right. And they rejected it. So they had to keep fucking, changing it and changing it. I want to see what one of those, I don't want to see what the perfect Matrix was. I want to see what the third Matrix was.
Right.
Like, what the fuck are they doing that the other stuff didn't work, but this didn't work either?
Yeah, like a slow burn into the madness.
I think that might be
what happens with the other iterations when it just fail. What did they just disappear?
The system crashed, and then the architect has to build another system with whatever parts are left.
You know what's funny? No Man's Sky is the story to No Man's Sky is essentially the Matrix. Like, spoiler alert for the story to No Man's Sky. You're essentially in a computer program.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty decent. It's pretty interesting when you go through the story, and like there's like
I did not know there was a story.
There wasn't one when it first came.
They wrote one.
They just kind of threw that shit in there. But you're in a, I guess it's a computer program, and there are different iterations of the universe. Mm-hmm. And you can, once you finish it, you can go to another one depending on what type of universe you want to go to, whether it be like a tropical climate or like cold. Or it's interesting.
That's funny.
It is really funny.
So I can walk around
the fucking Matrix.
I can walk around in the Bahamas, or I can walk around in Alaska.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. One sounds way better than the other. Because black. It's way too cold.
Cam says, I'm just here to remind everyone that I worked out with Carrie Ann Moss multiple times this year, and she can still get it. Hey, Trinity.
Don't name drop, Cam.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
It's very uncouth.
We don't believe you.
You were in the same place as a celebrity.
You were in the same Soul Cycle group as Carrie Ann Moss.
You just happened to see her, and like you tried to talk to her, and her bodyguard gave you an elbow.
I'd like to think that's exactly what happened. Actually, I'd like to think just a random man just punched Cam for no reason. Get out of here.
Next up, Anthony says, I want the story to be coherent, the action to be good, and the special effects to be a 2019 standard. I want to see something special effect-wise I haven't seen before.
I agree with that.
I mean...
Yeah, because they kind of set the bar pretty high. With,
they set the bar themselves.
They got to do something. They got to do something.
Yeah, they're going to have to
dope.
James Cameron this shit.
They got to live underwater for 7 years.
I don't know what they're going to do, but it's going to be tough to top what they created back in 99.
Yeah.
Rashawn says, well, it depends. Let's see how many periods are in this. Oh, there's one. Okay. Oh, well, it depends because they have two movies.
At the end.
I was looking at it. Well, it depends because they have two movies in the works. One written by Lana Wachowski and then the Zach Penn film that is a prequel film. So I can see Matrix 4 it as a reboot or what? Like, come on, bruh.
So glad I did.
It has a reboot or continuing the story after 3, and the peace between the machines has broken down, and a new agent like Smith has come to finish what Smith started. All right.
I can see that.
Natasha says, nowhere. Wrap this shit the fuck up. They'll never be able to recapture what made the first one.
That seems mean.
That's mean. Yeah, you're right. Malcolm says, full reboot with Keanu playing the Agent Smith role. Also, if they bring the guy from the Raid, yes, Jay, that movie is good, sucker.
No, it's not.
Booker T, nigga.
Like, we're talking about sucker?
You're supposed to have
can you dig it, sucker?
There were five iterations of the Matrix. No, The Raid is not a good movie. It is a series of great action sequences. It's not a good movie. No, it's not.
So basically,
is it
John Wick 3?
I would not disagree with you. Not movies. Those are YouTube clips. Sorry. And I enjoy them, but they're not movies.
TJ says, everything that happened in all 3 movies were just simulations and that everyone is still in the Matrix. In the 4th movie, they actually free themselves from the Matrix. Back then, that is cool. How I wanted the 3rd movie to end.
Yeah, that was like a really big missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, that should be the end of the sequence, is that, like, we got out. And then, like, what is the world? Because that would be an interesting way to end the 4th one, because they're doing another one after this.
Yeah.
To end it, they get out of the Matrix, and then to see what the world is like. What is the world truly like outside of it?
Yeah.
Right? Like, that would actually be really super fascinating. Like, are there more robots? Or, like, what is going on? Is it all a lie?
Yeah, that's kind of what I...
Like, or is there no ending to this?
Right. Like, I would like to think that the machines had to figure out a different way to stop the Keanu Reeves anomaly. And that way to stop them is to make him think that he fucking saved the day.
That would have been a far better ending than what we got.
That would have been a cool twist on the ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the villains actually do win.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, he's like sitting there having like a fucking mojito or something. They're just like, good job, dumb.
Yeah.
Get back to work, you bunch of fucking batteries. Yeah.
Next up, Amir says, I just want you to yell at Leonardo and tell him that Ocean's 12 is good.
Oh, that's good. Leonardo is 7 years old.
God damn. He probably was when that shit came out.
No, I mean literally now.
Oh, well.
He has to. Leonardo, a lot of people don't know this. Leonardo actually had to ask his mom for permission to join our fan group and to listen to the show every week. That's true. Mom, can I listen to the adults talk? And then she hit him with really one of those funny fucking Mexican the chanclas. Like, wow. Do your homework.
Halfway across the room. That's funny. Wow. Okay. Well, that's funny. Moms. And then there's a sub thread. You guys can go read that. I'm not reading that all. Christopher says a full system reboot. I see what you did there. Gaston says nowhere, to be honest. Seems people don't give a fuck.
Gaston's like, fuck this.
Eat a dick. I was so mad.
Romarius says the machines have lost control of their programming and need human help before they destroy themselves. I don't know, just give me and some mind-bending action so I can reminisce on the first movie on the video games that were based on the series I enjoyed.
All right. I think that's enough. Look, there are more opinions here that range from why are we still doing this to right. Some actual ideas. Look, I'm okay. I don't think you need to necessarily reboot it. I'm glad they're not. I'd like to see them give a good ending, and I don't think the third one was a good ending. But I'm currently rewatching the movies. Mm-hmm. But two, I'm the most interested in rewatching because of all the lore.
Yeah, like if you really pay attention to that architect speech.
Yeah, people hate it. I don't hate it. I actually think it's really interesting.
It is very interesting. You just have to get through the ergo and hearsay ad nauseum, like vis-a-vis juris doctrine. Like, all right, just calm down.
You're smarter than me. I get it.
Right. But if you actually pay attention to what he's saying, like it breaks down the lore of the history of the Matrix, and it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, I dug it. I would have liked a good mix of that sort of hyper cerebral kind of thing with them shooting up the building in the first movie.
Yeah, and I would have appreciated a more interesting way to give that backstory than just having an NPC talk to you.
You to fucking Metal Gear Solid.
Right. Like, all right, yo. All right,
fair enough. All right, let's get into What the Fuck, brought to you by JTD.
Police recently discovered a 58-year-old man and 5 young adults living in a, quote, small locked place on an isolated farm. They had allegedly never left the farm in the last 9 years and were waiting for the end of time.
Oh, yeah. I saw this story. I don't know where it is, though.
The shocking discovery was made after the eldest of the 5 young adults, a 25-year-old man, allegedly escaped the farm and showed up at the pub in a nearby village. The pub owner told a journalist that he immediately noticed the man's long, dirty beard, old clothes, and confused gaze.
I'm going Britain.
Florida.
I mean, that's not.
Are there
crazy.
Pubs in Florida?
Yeah, that's the only reason.
But
I was going to Alabama until you said pub.
It's the Netherlands.
Okay. So this is the opening for Kimmy Schmidt, right? Like she's just stuck in a fucking hole.
The young man told the journalist that he had run away from a nearby farm after being confined there for the last 9 years because he didn't want to go on living like that. It took him 9 years to figure that out.
Can you imagine?
No.
Okay, 9 years. What was happening in your life 9 years ago? You were 30 years old.
Yeah.
Nothing. I had nothing going on.
Yo, 2009?
I had nothing going on.
So you could have just been in
I could have. Some would say that I was. Just wandering around. A loveless relationship.
Oh, god damn. You're like the guy on that Wheel of Fortune thing. So what's going on you? I'm trapped in a loveless marriage. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I didn't see that video.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
yeah.
You just own a. Well, Pat Sajak, let me tell you. Like, God,
Let me tell you about my fucked up life.
hope I win $1 million. I can get out of this. Out of the way of this bitch. That's funny. Yeah, 9 years ago. Yeah, I just met my wife. I'd be like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta go live in a fucking hole in the underground. Like, okay.
You had just met your wife. I was already 4 years into my 9-year confinement.
Oy.
Yeah.
4 years?
Yeah.
But you were with her for 9 years?
We were dating, we started dating around when I was 26, 27.
Nigga, what?
Yeah.
You a
A
goddamn
lot of time.
You
And then we broke up. When did we break? When did Dragon Age 2 come out? That's how I remember.
Yo, what?
That's how I remember.
Oh, yo.
Dragon Age 2. When did that come out?
That's gotta be like.
That came out in 2011.
I was gonna say I was probably about 30, 31.
Yeah, so I was 31. So
30. Okay.
there you
And you were
go.
getting your Dragon Age. Because you probably played many hours of Dragon Age 2.
That was when she left. That was the weekend that she left.
Oh,
For
When Dragon Age 2 came out?
Yeah.
Did you buy Dragon Age 2 at that weekend?
I had already had it pre-ordered. And what the fuck else am I going to do?
Did you play Dragon Age 2 that
Of
weekend?
course I did. I
While crying?
put a fucking hole in the wall with a sword, and I
remember
sat
that.
there and played Dragon Age.
and Dragon Age 2 wasn't even.
No, it wasn't. It stinks. And the series has never been the same.
By the way,
I blame her for fucking up Dragon Age.
By the way, what was a bigger disappointment? Breaking up with her,
Dragon Age. I'm still feeling the repercussions for Dragon Age.
Yeah, you're over her.
Yeah.
But what about Dragon Age?
The Dragon Age franchise was never the same ever again.
Yeah,
Oh my
they
God.
fucked that all the way up.
Damn, Micah's relationship broke Dragon Age.
I was together for, what, 6 years?
Yeah. We were together for a long time.
Wow, that is dumb. I never got it. She hated my guts. I get that.
She hated you?
She did not.
She did
like
not
me.
care for Jay and his family, no.
No, that's
weird.
fun. That's fine.
Everybody loves his family.
It's funny because I didn't care for her ass either. So.
Well, you know.
Feelings mutual, or fuck I care. She married to that one dude yet?
I have no idea.
Good.
I don't follow them.
Good. Good. Fuck her.
Fucking weird. Anyway, my story. Man scrotum swells to below his knees after not seeking medical help for 3 decades. 30 years? Yo, what the fuck? Let me repeat that because you may not have heard me because I was kind of mumbling. It said man's scrotum swells to below his knees after not seeking medical help for 3 decades.
Oh, that's like Indonesia. Or
Yeah, I'm
I don't
going to
even know where it's
Africa.
at yet.
That is South. That is South Asian like a motherfucker.
It's definitely south of the equator. I will say that.
Doctors have reported the case of a 43-year-old man who arrived at an emergency department showing signs of fever and increased heart rate and an unusually massive swelling of the scrotum. He informed doctors that he has suffered from the scrotal swelling for the last 30 years.
China. This is China.
But had not sought medical treatment. However, it had gotten to the point where he was unable to get about without using a walker and relied on his mother for most of his daily needs.
Relied on his mom. Italy.
Upon inspection, the doctors found a massive scrotal edema, enlargement of the scrotal sac. I've never said scrotal so many times in my entire fucking life, and this lasts a minute. With displacement past the level of his knees.
Recall. That's a really good show, by the way.
What the fuck is that?
It's a romantic comedy.
Okay.
It got renamed.
It got renamed to Lovesick because Scrotal Recall
okay,
was
that was on
not gonna.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scrotal Recall really didn't.
Scrotal Recall. The skin of his scrotal sac had thickened and 2 large open wounds. Whoa. Okay. What do you? Wounds were also quite visible with foul-smelling, purulent fluid leaking out of them. The doctors described in the urology case reports. It doesn't even say where the fuck this is. I'm trying to find out where it is. The man finally went to the ER, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay.
Africa.
And was given a scan of his abdomen and pelvis, revealing a large inguinal hernia.
I'm going China, honestly, just because this is it's super crazy. Where is it?
I'm going Southeast Asia.
He went to the hospital in Panama,
Florida.
So
Panama City.
Yeah.
Oh, I know somebody in Florida. This is about Amir.
God damn it! God damn it.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's all. That's basically says he just went to the hospital.
That's unacceptable.
There's no name or anything like that. This is gross. And how do you not go seek medical attention for 30 years?
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
like, that's super crazy.
You don't go to the doctor for 30 years? Black man.
No, if you go to the doctor, that's how you die. People die in a hospital. Nigga, you got cancer. Go see somebody.
I mean, people do die in hospitals.
Yeah, well, that's what happened to my cousin. She didn't want to go to the doctor. And then when she finally did, it was too late. She fucking died.
That's fucking sad, actually. Thanks for ruining that.
Nah, no problem. No problem. Here to help.
Jesus Christ. Here's something that might help. A restaurant has been using the same broth for nearly 65 years. One of the oldest...
Like the same broth, like recipe?
Nah, dog.
Same
broth.
In the pan? Oh, the pot? No.
One of the oldest restaurants in this place has been heating up the same batch of broth every day since 1945, only adding more water to it as it evaporates.
1945, Germany.
It only sounds gross to most people, but it apparently makes their particular stew taste amazing. The stew is simmered in broth until served. It's enjoyed by vegetable and meat lovers alike, as it contains all kinds of ingredients.
Italy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Paris?
Germany.
Japan.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, it's because
Odafuku is one of the oldest Oden restaurants in Japan.
Udon or Odin?
Yeah, I think he means udon.
No, not udon.
No, it says Odin.
Not udon?
No.
O-D-E-N.
O-D-E-N, not U-D-O-N. Fuck you.
Fuck?
I'm not
a traditional Japanese stew that is simmered in broth that's 47 years old.
Come get some of this old-ass stew, nigga, from 1945. It has eggs, tofu, vegetables.
How much of it did they make?
To shark meat, beef, fish balls, whale tongue. But the secret is a delicious old-ass broth. Many Japanese restaurants rely on the master stock, a broth that has been repeatedly reused to poach and braise meats to give their Odin a rich flavor. But none have been using the same batch as long as this dirty-ass restaurant based in Tokyo.
How does this work?
Did they say when?
Of it.
I'm looking here
and
I see...
Like droppers?
I see that it was created August 9th, 1945, which is coincidentally the same day that the Fat Man was dropped on fucking Japan.
It doesn't say August 9th. You're such a liar.
I'm about to say, nigga, get the fuck out of here.
You're such a fucking liar. No, I was like, wait, what? Also, that would be amazing.
Radioactive fucking broth is this shit.
They're like, just keep serving it. Yo, everybody's arms keep on. Keep serving it. Yo, they keep coming. Shit's delicious.
Yo, that's insane.
This restaurant is found in the middle of the blast site in fucking Hiroshima. Yeah, but this broth is fucking wild, dude. They're cooking like octopus and all sorts of shit in this, and it's the same shit every day.
Nah.
Where the fuck do they store it?
You don't have to store that.
How is it not evaporated yet?
Well, they just add water.
How is it not just water then?
Because they're cooking meats and everything in it, so that's all giving off fat and stuff like that.
Nah, yo. That's just somebody being lazy and don't want to wash that pot.
I mean, arguably, that's exactly what it is. So you would not try this?
Probably I would.
Yeah, I feel like I would.
I would have to.
Like, as long as it's not, I mean, people are not dead from it.
Yeah,
so.
you ain't dying from it. So
I mean,
But
and
that's
if you
still-
do, they just fucking cut you up, throw your ass in there too for the broth Tuesday.
yeah,
This is the same. This is
Like
the same
no,
soup.
shut up.
Yeah, this is the same.
What the fuck you about to say?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
This shit was nasty.
Yeah, it's got. Oh, look, it's got a head in it. Oops, and a chicken foot. Oh no, that's a real
The
hand.
goddamn pea soup from The Exorcist.
Yeah. This looks really gross, though. I'm not a huge fan of this gelatinous food.
Yeah, I don't like gelatinous food at all.
I love all kinds of food, but the one type of food that I've had that I am really not keen on is I don't like traditional Chinese food because it is lukewarm and it's gelatinous.
Traditional Chinese food is off the chain.
Yeah, I don't
like real Chinese food, not the shit you get from the hood corner
not
store.
fucking.
I'm not a
fried
fried
rice.
rice. Like real Chinese food is disgusting.
I'm like, yo, they ain't even hire a general to cook none of this shit. Like, no, there's a place that my wife likes in DC. I find it disgusting.
Yeah,
I'm like, can y'all just heat this shit up? Throw it back in the microwave for 45 seconds. Put some heat on it, yo. Like, I feel like it's getting up and moving across the plate. It's like, I don't care for it. Nah, and I'm willing to try traditional Chinese food in China, but I don't trust it in America. I just don't. Y'all niggas don't know what y'all doing. And if the people in China make it that same way, fuck them too. Like, no, I'm not eating this. That's why I like Vietnamese food. That shit is hot. Hot ass soup. Cook it. Cook my food.
yeah,
Or
it's hot and
Japan.
hot.
Don't cook it at all. I don't like a middle ground.
Yeah, no half measures.
No, fuck all that noise. Trailers this week. Jungle Cruise. I'll just give my review. I don't give a fuck about this movie.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
essentially.
I don't care about it.
Like
It is it's such a Disney trailer to me.
like The Rock is just annoying.
I mean, we talk about that nigga. I don't hate The Rock.
I don't hate him, but like this is just corny.
Go sit down.
This is a corny trailer, and this is not for us.
The thing that's going to annoy me the most,
It's like The Mummy.
the thing that's going to annoy me the most is watching
I don't know why.
The Rock promote this. Because he's going to be all over the place.
Yeah, that's enough.
And he's going to be like, oh, this is the most badass Jungle Cruise that's ever badassed an ass that was bad.
I'm leaving it in. Go ahead. I'm leaving it in.
Sorry about that. You know how I feel about alcohol.
Yeah, apparently you're very passionate about it.
Oh shit! That was mad loud.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this, you should definitely watch the video of Micah knocking my wine glass clear off the table. I'm glad it was empty.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
You idiot. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us about Jungle
I mean,
Cruise, Micah.
I can't follow that.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. That's it. Jesus Christ. Oh, here's the thing. We'll end on, besides me having to clean this up. The Joker has made more money. The Joker has made more money than Dark Phoenix, and I'm pretty sure Justice League.
Jesus.
that's a shame.
Dark Phoenix, I believe, barely made over like 300 million. The Joker has made like $606 million worldwide. Dark Phoenix made 252 million.
How much did Justice League make?
Justice League, I think, made 3 something.
Good lord.
So,
Did they even
I'm
make its
sorry.
money
No,
back?
I'm sorry. Justice League, I'm lying. Justice League made 657 million. So Joker's close.
And Joker's been out for what? 2.5, 3 weeks?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, it's DC,
And it's a super indie film, right?
Right.
Like that's what I think is more. More
Well,
interesting.
also, to be fair, there's nothing really out right now.
To be fair, Dark Phoenix was 17 years in the making.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Justice League was supposed to be their Avengers. Wah, wah. So, there you go.
That's a shame. DC don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, they really don't know what they're doing. All right, that's it for us, guys. Mike will be cleaning this up, and we will see you guys next time.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
you're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel, make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.